If you're beginning your real estate investment journey, save this video and watch it to the very end. I'm going to show you how I helped one of my clients that lives in Kansas pay his home off in about 2 years and give him access to a $155,000 line of credit to help him start his real estate journey. My name's Sean Uehara. I've been a mortgage lender for almost 20 years, and my team and I specialize in the First Lien HELOC. This is the one strategy I wish I would have known when I started back in the business almost 20 years ago. It would have helped me and so many of my clients pay off homes quicker and buy more rental properties. This is a strategy that the banks don't want you to know because you can literally pay off a home in years instead of decades. I talked to this guy the other day who lives in Kansas, and we're literally going to pay his home off in a couple of years, and he'll be able to start buying more rental properties as soon as his home's paid off. Here's what his loan scenario looks like. He owes $155,000 on his house. It's worth about $200,000. He's got a 5.25% interest rate, and he's had this mortgage now for about 12 months. He also contributes another $100 a month towards his principal payment. He brings in about $8,400 a month on average. He's got $15,000 in his checking account that we're going to reallocate into our HELOC. The simplest way to understand how this strategy works is you're treating your home equity line of credit just like your checking account. Whenever we get paid, any idle dollars that you have that's just living in a checking or savings or even in a high yield savings account, you want to move that money into the HELOC because the amount of interest that we're going to save outweighs the interest that you're making leaving that money sitting in those accounts, which is literally next to nothing. With our HELOC, it's not a traditional line of credit, so you don't have your typical 3 to 5 years that the banks give you as your draw period. With our strategy, you have access to your line of credit for 30 years. You can see here at the end of the month, he's got $8,400 going in. We've got about $4,400 left over after all the bills and food and groceries gets covered. With this line of credit, this guy is also going to consolidate some of his debt. So he's got 2 car loans that will pay those off as well as we do this process. But at the end of the day, when everything's said and done for and paid, you will see here, we're paid everything off in a couple of years. So here's his current mortgage. At 23 years, he would pay it off. It would cost him about $267,000 in both principal and interest. In the HELOC, we're paying off the house in 2.5 years or 30 months. He's only paying $16,000 in interest, and we're saving him $96,000 in interest over the life of the mortgage. The average rate that we're using on this HELOC is 8.9%. But because interest gets calculated daily based off of our average daily balance, we're only paying $16,000 in interest, which gives us an effective APR of 0.671%. So the thought process with this loan is that we're going to drive this thing down to zero as fast as we can, and then he's going to have access to that full $155,000 line of credit that he can go out and buy properties in his area, whether he decides to finance them or if he can pay cash for a home, he can pay cash for the property, take the rental income, pay himself back on the line of credit, rinse and repeat this process over and over and start buying more properties. This is how you build wealth without draining your savings or waiting years to save up more money just to buy one investment property. There's so many of you that are sitting on equity and it's not making you money, and you literally could have paid your home off and have bought more rental properties or started a business, invested into a business, or did something that would have created you thousands of dollars in passive income today instead of you continuing having to go to work. The First Lien HELOC gives you access to your equity, leverage, more liquidity than you will have in your traditional 30-year fixed mortgage. The 30-year fixed mortgage favors the bank. It does not favor you. So many of you are still brainwashed to only look at the interest rate and be obsessed about the fact that you have a 3 or 4 or 5% interest rate. If you want to stop working for your home and let your home work for you, send me a DM and I will teach you how to do this strategy so you can start building some wealth today.